You know that gut reaction when someone gives you a compliment? Wow, you did a great job. Oh, it's nothing. It's not even that good, honestly. Anybody could have done that. Your dress today is gorgeous. I love it. I just got it in that second-hand shop. It was super cheap. Or maybe use that self-deprecating humor online. I read so many comments like, me watching this workout video while eating Cheetos like a fat What if I told you that the reflex to brush off praise or to put yourself down isn't about being humble or funny at all? It's about you using any means to validate this deep, dark belief you hold about yourself, that you are not good enough, that your inherent worthiness is a lie that needs to be disproven. That behavior is what I call the worthiness trap. And in this video, we're breaking it down. The myth about self-worth and why feedback, be it praise or criticism, is dangerous for people with low self-worth. And I'm going to share 4 crucial mindset shifts that helped me to finally believe the truth about my worth. If you like this video at any point and find it helpful, please give it a like and subscribe. So first, let's debunk the myth about self-worth with this. Do you want this? I do. Okay, and what if I do this? Do you still want it? Yeah. And what if I do that? Do you still want it? Yeah, I do. Isn't it interesting that no matter how much I beat up this bill, it still has its inherent value. And the same is with you. No matter what life throws at you or how much it beats you up, you never lose your worth. You never lose your value. And that's why working on your low self-worth is a myth. It was never low to begin with. Circumstances, experiences, and people shape how you judge your worth. You start unconsciously engaging in behavior that makes you feel like your worth is less, while it is still the same since birth for everybody. Now, when you think of yourself as having low self-worth, where do you start looking for your worth? On the outside, right? If it's not within, it must be without. And that is the first mindset shift. When you have low self-worth, external validation is truly a double-edged sword. One edge makes you a total people pleaser. You become a pushover because you always need praise to feel worthy. Only if someone else sees your value, you feel enough. And the other trickier edge is where you use feedback, especially compliments, to validate your negative beliefs about yourself. Let me explain that with the story of one of my clients. A coworker that she was interested in once told her in the office, "You look really happy today, it's like you're beaming." And her brain immediately spiraled. Why is she telling me that? Do I normally look like a grumpy, ugly person? Does everyone here think that I'm normally miserable? It's not like something happened today. I must not be the happy, positive person that I think I am. Just what did he mean? Wait. First, you can never hear something objectively. When this sound wave enters through your ears, it passes so many filters before you cognitively understand what someone was telling you. It's accurate to say that you constantly filter everything in your life. In your brain, there is the so-called reticular activating system, which always filters everything looking for proof of who you already think you are, even if it means keeping you trapped in your old patterns. Was there a time when someone deceived me with compliments? Have I ever been bullied by how I look? Do I even remember a genuine praise without a hidden agenda? Or if a man compliments me, it must mean that. If a colleague compliments me, it must mean this. And on a side note, this only happens because of main character syndrome, because you think you are the main character in this situation, that they must mean something when they say that to you. But they're not. To them, you're just another NPC. The only thing that warps their simple comment is your story, your past, your wounds. And the next shift that you have to make is realizing that you are the cruelest voice in your own life. This is about self-acceptance, but not the lovey-dovey, love yourself kind. This is about setting a hard boundary on self-abuse. You know the golden rule, right? Treat others how you want to be treated. So now imagine your best friend calls you. Hi, how you doing? Terrible. You know, Tom, this guy that I dated for over 6 months, he was the first person I finally liked in ages. And last night he told me that I somehow was putting too much pressure on him and that he'd, rather stay friends. I'm devastated. What have I done? Well, to be honest, it's because you're ugly and boring. Not to mention needy and dependent. Besides, look at you. You carry at least 10 kilo excess weight. I would just give up now. There is just no hope that you would find somebody who would love you. Frankly, you simply don't deserve it. Would you ever speak to someone you cared about like that? Of course not. Strangely enough, these are exactly the kinds of words we say to ourselves in this kind of situation. Part of you believes these words, and part of you doesn't. And this part wants to be saved. So then when you are putting yourself down and do it aloud, this part hopes that someone will come and refuse them. Like in the relationship example, if you said, no, this Tom guy wasn't worth it. You are so lovable and pretty. I know there is someone for you. But when you get those compliments, you won't allow yourself to believe them because they are contradicting what your own negative self-talk has programmed you to believe for years. She's only telling me that to make me feel better. That's not the truth. I know that I'm worthless. So you then take the compliments and the praise as proof for your own worthlessness. The self-abuse must stop now. And the next shift is the antidote to the self-abuse spiral. Always do a reality check with yourself or with the person involved. That means the moment you feel these spiraling thoughts coming up, find 7 new interpretations. Humans are interpretation-making machines. They are interpreting life from moment to moment to moment, and then they are living from that moment as if the interpretation is a fact. Like the quote from Anais Nin puts it beautifully, we don't see things as they are, we see them as we are. No matter how often you think you are right with your interpretation, there are many times when you are wrong, which leads to how often are you wrong with your limiting interpretations about yourself and your abilities. Let's go back to the coworker that said to my client that she is beaming today. Her old interpretation is, he thinks that I'm normally grumpy and ugly. Now let's find 7 new interpretations. Maybe my coworker is also drowning in stress, and then he just looked up and saw my normal positive mood and had just the impulse to tell me. Or maybe he looked up from work and thought, I wish I felt that right now. What am I doing here heading towards Burnoutville? Or maybe, wow, she always looks so fresh and beautiful, but I think I haven't told her in the last 5 years. Or I want her to notice me. Let's try a compliment. Find at least 7. You think that's too much? Do you know how complex people and their motives are? And the same goes for your negative self-talk. Find other interpretations apart from you being unworthy. And if you are more courageous, you do the reality check with the person involved. This is the more uncomfortable solution, but it breaks the cycle immediately. You ask the person in a specific way, thank you for the compliment, but I kind of tell myself the story that I normally look grumpy? Do you think so? Is that what you meant? And probably the person will say, what are you talking about? I don't think that complicated. You just looked radiant today and I wanted to tell you. Stop the self-abuse with a reality check. And here is the final mind-bending shift. And it can completely separate you from the need for external validation when you really get it. You ready? It's a quote from my mentor, Jim Fortin. I am not who you think that I am. You are who you think that I am. That means every person is a mirror. You don't learn about yourself from their words. You learn about them from their praise and their criticism. So when someone tells you, wow, you're so smart, they are mirroring their internal world. They either want to be smarter or they are struggling with the belief that they are dumb. Or if a hater says, you are so cringe, what you are doing is so embarrassing, they are telling you that they are a person who deals with anger and shame within themselves. I often get told, you sure love to wear flashy clothes. I could never do that. And it was easy to feel embarrassed and want to hide. But nowadays, I see it instantly. I am their mirror about their secret desire, like coming out of their shell. Or I am a threat to their image of an adult because someone decided for themselves that they have to be decent and conservative. Whatever it is, it has nothing to do with me. What you think of me, my love, is none of my business. So you can't control if they are upset or mad at you or have a hidden agenda. All you can do is take responsibility for your side and work on your interpretations. And now a short bonus that nobody talks about. How do you know that you have finally recognized your self-worth? There will come a strange moment where putting yourself down feels fake. When you are vocalizing your negative beliefs about yourself, you suddenly don't believe them anymore. Maybe you even stand up for yourself and reframe those beliefs in that moment. And then you wonder, how could I ever be so mean to myself? Why did I ever believe them? I am actually worthy of joy, happiness, fulfillment, love. I am really rooting for you to experience that moment. But your worth doesn't need your permission because it's there. And if you want to understand where this mean inner voice actually comes from, I have a full video on shadow work waiting for you. So thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, put a dollar bill emoji in the comments and please give it a like and subscribe. I love you all and appreciate your support. See you in the next video.